Hello everybody, and thanks for stopping by today's video. Today we're going to take a look at expeditions and some of the phases and getting them completed. Alright, so let's take a look at the expedition and the new tab that is added here on PlayStation. When you push your option buttons, this comes up, and so right here's the different phases and different stuff you can complete. So this is phase 1. I'm not really going to go over any of the ones in here because you'll get all these just following the beginning of the game. The only ones you actually have to do a little bit for is discovering the new species here, which is just 20, so you just got to scan stuff. So that's pretty straightforward. And the other one is the walking here for the 10U. You do actually have to walk it. It does not count if you're using your jetpack. So that's the only little hitch to that one. Alright, so let's look at phase 2 here. And this one we'll have a couple we'll look at. Again, most of these are going to be pretty easy, like reaching the rendezvous points. Basically, you can just activate these and it will show you the line in your warp path to get there, which I can show you here in just a few minutes, just to give you a quick show on that. The ones on these I want to go over is I'll show you the farmer, because you do want to get that started pretty quickly. I'll also show you how to find black holes, and we're going to do the Rocketman on phase 2. So that's what we're going to start with. So to complete the Rocketman challenge, we're only going to need really one thing, which is oxygen. So what I do is I'm going to empty my inventory just in case this goes wrong, and I won't lose a bunch of stuff. So I'm just going to throw this stuff in my ship quick. And on PlayStation, if you didn't know, if you hit triangle and then hit triangle again, it goes straight to your ship. And I'm getting attacked. Yay! Let me get in my ship and get away from this guy. Okay. So to do this, you need a freighter to get this completed. So I'm going to fly up here to my freighter, which I have already called in from the ground. And you do have to call this in from the ground so that it is not as far. So what we're going to do is go over here to one of my frigates and land on it, which they all will have a landing platform, which if you don't know, you can use those to repair them, which I need to do some repairs, but we're not going to do that today. Alright, so there we are landing. And inspect the damage. Thanks, I will do that later. Okay, so we're just going to get out. Now we can walk around out in space, and we have everything empty but our oxygen and life support, because we're going to need those just in case. So now all we have to do this is jump off. And here we go. Now as you're falling, your health will go down, so you just come in here till we hit the atmosphere and just keep refilling it. And once we hit the atmosphere, this will stop going down. So we're just going to throw the oxygen in there and fall for a little bit.
Suit power cells depleted. Suit power cells depleted.
And we just keep filling.
Suit power cells.
Just like Dory swims, we keep filling our life support.
Suit power cells depleted. Suit power cells depleted.
And flap our little arms like we're trying to fly. And should be hitting the atmosphere here shortly.
Technology recharge. Suit power cells depleted. Life support power low.
Alright, it looks like, yep, we hit the atmosphere. So now we can actually look around while we're falling. And this is actually going to count the 30 seconds down. So that will be how we get the 30 seconds. And part of the reason we empty your inventory, wow, my guy looks like he's trying to walk in the air and do arm circles, apparently. Just in case we're off with our, when we land here, we want to empty the inventory so that we don't kill ourselves on accident and lose everything we had. So we're just going to keep falling here. As we get close to ground, I'm going to use my jetpack to hopefully keep from dying. That is the idea. Or maybe I just land right in the water. Alright, here we go. Slow down. And down without dying. And that is how to complete the Rocketman challenge. Alright, so the next thing we're going to look at here is Farmer, and we're going to also look at entering a black hole. And we're going to run up to the anomaly quick. We'll have to summon that in, and we'll be able to get a few of the things we need to do those things. So let's call that in. And the anomaly you'll be able to call in as you go through the first phase. All of this just comes as part of that very beginning. And if you're new to No Man's Sky doing this, you kind of miss the tutorial. So that's kind of why I'm not talking about the beginning. You should do a normal playthrough to get through the first tutorial first, and then go into expeditions, because they don't really give you a tutorial in this one. Okay, so now we're up here. We are going to come up here to the back room so that we can get the stuff we need for farming. And this will require you to get some savage data, so you'll need that to come up here as well. And we're going to go over here to the farming tab. And right here. Okay. So basically right here is everything we're going to need for farming. And basically you're just going to have to get a couple of different plants that you want to do. What's easiest is kind of just up to you. Doesn't really matter. Gamma weed I had a bunch of, and uranium I have a lot. And this is actually, it takes 4 hours to grow, which is why I said we want to get it started. Okay, while we're up here in the anomaly, we are going to go over here to Polo, and he's going to help us with the black hole. Okay, so what we're going to do is talk to him, and he will ask you if you'd like some directions, and you can request directions for a black hole, which then we can go into our warp map and select to go to a black hole, which I'll show you a bit later, but we're going to go back to the farming here, and I'll show you how to finish that. So I've come back here to my freighter, and this is where I have my setup in my freighter, the same as I have at the base to do chlorine, which was another video, how to make a bunch of money. But so here I have kind of my little garden set up, and this is what I use to get the farmer. So what we're going to do here is come under your technology, and then it's under specialist and farming, and we can set these up in the freighter because we don't need to have any power, because the freighter will power them. So that makes it nice. So I just built a couple, and what I do is I just built, if you build like 10, something like that, you'll get it done in 3 or 4 sets. So now to plant this, we need to go back into our farming, and then we can select the plant that we want to put in there. So, and I did the gamma weeds just because, again, I had the gamma root already from being in a radiated planet, and uranium was also there, so I got everything I need. So we just set it in there and fill them all up, and then you'll see there they are. And you can look right at them with your scanner, and it tells you how much time they have left growing. And then when they're done growing, they're going to look like this, and you just come up and collect them, and you'll see they go back to small, so they start growing again right away. So once you have these set up and built and planted, you just have to collect it, and it will regrow them, and that counts. So you just collect them, then you come back in 4 hours and collect them again. Now that we have the farming started, and we just got to wait for these, we're going to move on to doing the black hole. So we're going to go down here to our ship of choice, and we'll get that started. And I just want to make sure that you come back to check your farming every 4 hours, or whatever the time frame is for what you picked to grow. I'm going to take my ship here. And we're just going to bring up the galaxy map. And since we talked to Polo, we have an option in these destination filters to go to a black hole. And on the PlayStation, you just push left and right on your D-pad, and then you can go to free roam to follow that purple line that you see there, or you can hold on your right stick that direction, and it will follow that line to the next planet in the system. And we keep following that, and there's the symbol for a black hole. So we're going to work to that system. And once we get there, we should be able to find a black hole. And then go through it. Alright, right there it is in front of us. And all we have to do to finish this one is then drive right through it. Or fly right through it. Just like that. And that'll take us, basically takes us to another, just a different system. So that is how you do black holes with your galaxy map. Now you can also do them with the anomaly detector if you have them, and you can get anomaly detectors from shooting asteroids and different things like that. So that is another way that you can find black holes, is to use the anomaly detectors. Alright, now that we have the black hole finished and we know how to finish our farming, we have pretty much the rest of phase 2. You just have to explore different kinds of planets fairly easily. Just keep jumping to systems and you'll get that. And money bags, just keep selling things. Use the chlorine method I have, which I'll link below in another video. That will get you to that 6 million units really quickly. So those other things you'll get here pretty quick. I will show you how to find the rendezvous points so that you can get phase 1 and 2 completed, and that'll be the last thing we go over in this video, but that'll get you phase 1 and 2 fully completed, and then we'll do the rest of the phases in another video. So basically select the rendezvous, and that will start to give you the mission prompts. And I'm working on the 4th one right now, so we'll see that a little bit here. But just like the black hole, they give you a line to follow, and you might have to make a couple of jumps to different systems. So following the line here, and it looks like that's where I have to go right now. So we're going to jump there, and a lot of times it'll give you coordinates you have to verify at the end of these points to continue to find the rendezvous. So let's see what we have to do here. So we have to verify. So I made the jump here, and it looks like I have to jump again. So let's follow the path here again. And we're just going to keep doing this. And this time, it looks, on the next system here. Back over here. We're going to jump here, and it looks like we'll have something to either verify or we may be at the rendezvous point. Okay, so transmission Quartz, so let's head over there. And when we get down here, we'll have to use the new feature of the scanning scanner device that was added for expeditions that will give us the directions on where to go. So the point is not the exact location, but it will give us the idea of where we need to go here. Most likely we can see it there already, but I just want to show you the actual process. So we'll get out here, and now we'll use the new scanning feature. You see how it tells us to turn, and it will tell us that we need to go that direction, roughly 475 units. So let's go that way. And it looks like that will be the rendezvous right over here. If you're unsure, you can bring up your scanner, and again, it tells you which way to go. Okay, this is where we are headed. And get the transmission here. Gave me a module upgrade, and we'll most likely have to go back in and follow the route. So we'll follow the route here a little bit, and I will continue when we find the rendezvous point so you guys can see what that is. I'll be right back. Alright, so now I've continued to follow my galaxy map, and again we'll follow this line here, and we do the things till it tells us, and then this shows this last system here. This is the one that has the rendezvous. So mine's rendezvous 4. As you go up in each one, you have more and more things you have to do until you find it, but you just select that path and it'll take you right there. So we're going to warp there, and I'll show you how to easily find the actual rendezvous. Or hopefully hopefully it'll be easy. This will be the first time I've been to Rendezvous 4, so. Alright, so we can see that it pops up on the map right over there. And you'll have a lot of people build bases near it, so it kind of gets pretty obvious after a bunch of people have been here. Okay, and again, technically these coordinates that we're flying to are not the exact spot where to use the scanner to find it, but actually what I have done for most of them is just fly around a little bit in this area, and it looks like it's probably going to be over here. Like right here. That is pretty interesting. So usually you can tell it's going to be probably a spaceport pretty close to that area. I'm guessing this will probably be it. Once we get out and go in, maybe. Oh, maybe this isn't it. Maybe this is just somebody's base. Okay, so that is not it. It is further over here somewhere. But again, so if you end up in the wrong spot when you land, use your scanner. It will show you where it is. And usually they're a fairly big structure. Looks to be somebody's base. Let's see which way we have to go from here. They could have let me land anywhere. Sheesh. Okay. So let's see what we can find. We'll go this way. Oops. Try not to kill yourself when using the jetpack and the jump punch. It tends to. Alright, we're still going the right way. This one is a little bit more tricky to find. The other three I have found very easily by just flying. You can see a huge structure, and you can tell that was it. That could be it right there then. That was some on our ship. So it looks like oh, it looks like this was it here. Okay. This is a bit smaller than the other ones were. So but anyway, just use your scanner and that's how you get it. So I got my fourth one doing that. So alright, we will go over some of the other phases later. So here we've finished how to get through 1 and 2, and we'll go over 3 later in another video. So thanks very much for joining me today. If you learned anything, please like the video and subscribe, and also then hit the bell. I'm trying to do 2 to 3 videos a week, so hit that bell so you're notified every time I do upload. Thanks very much. Have a great day.